Have you ever got led on? Yes, by
I thought you were gonna name somebody. I was like,
no, but I mean like
Name drop now. This video is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to help you build your brand or business online. More on that later. Welcome to Break Room.
I was almost gonna say boba break.
Wow. We decided to do, for the last break room of 2024, an AMA. So
Yeah.
who is this host, Michelle? You're doing an
I
amazing
love it.
job.
I love it.
Thanks.
I also think the AMA was your idea.
Yeah, the AMA was my idea. I was like, what is something that could wrap up the year for
Yeah.
the break room that would be kind of fun?
Yeah.
Because we haven't done an AMA in a while.
It's actually not easy to think about some of these topics, but the great thing about an AMA is
You
choose.
chose the topic.
exactly.
Yeah, we
User
put a call out.
submitted.
We put a call out yesterday, and we got a whole page questions. I opted to print them out because I believe it's more professional than looking on our phones like
Yeah.
the millennials we are.
We still believe in paper.
Yep.
All right, let's see.
There's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
You know what? I saw them all. I want to do them all.
Ooh. Favorite Wong Fu project you've ever worked on?
That was the hard one.
I still think Handle with Care is still one of my favorites that I worked on. I think it's also because I was a part of like the writing process kind of. It was like me, Jessica, Jen, and Taylor. And then we all kind of contributed to this idea. And then I think editing it was fun. It was, we haven't had like a drama love stories like short in a while. So.
And like a holiday focused one.
Yeah, so I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus working with like our friends.
okay.
I'm gonna.
Olivia and Peter were great.
You go next. I really have to go look at like our
Oh,
channel
okay.
because this is hard.
I'm gonna go a little bit obscure with this. I'm gonna go with, I think it was the lunch break episode that we did in partnership with Gins, because
Oh.
Who was one?
I got my
Yeah.
eyes checked on that. And
I remember that
I got
day.
my first pair of glasses on that.
Wait, I don't remember this one.
No, it was
This
a
was
big.
before you. It might have been before you, because this was at the
Oh, it was
previous
before.
office.
It was before.
So
Ashley
yeah,
was-
this was even before your custom glasses.
Yeah, way
I believe.
before. Way before.
Oh.
So we all went to the Santa Anita Mall, got our eyes checked, got my first prescription pair of eyeglasses.
That was your first prescription
Yeah.
glasses?
Yeah, and so the thing is, I don't know if I would have gotten my eyes checked had that not
Wait.
happened.
That's
So-
such a good answer.
So
Was that
Yeah.
when you found out you needed glasses?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah,
And Benson is if you don't know Benson, for him to make a change like, you know what, I'm gonna start wearing glasses is kind of a big
Yeah.
big change for you.
in the natural like course of things, I probably wouldn't have had that opportunity until maybe like, what is it, 25, when you have to get your license,
Yeah,
driver's
yeah,
license
Yeah.
reissued. So I probably would have procrastinated up until that time.
I remember when you got your prescription and you wore them, you're like, oh wow, things are clear.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing him wear the glasses to work more often. I was like, hey, I always kind of like took a little pride in that because it was the same reason. I was like, I don't know if he would have done that on his own.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what? We helped you get there. We
Yeah.
helped you get glasses.
No, I mean, Wong Fu helped me see.
Oh, there it is. This is, I mean, how many shorts do we have, or how many
I don't know.
videos? It
21
says
years
here,
worth
right?
of-
We have a lot of shorts, and like you mentioned, we have-
718 on the main channel. That's only the main channel. If you count Wong Fu weekends,
Yeah.
that's
All right,
crazy.
You gotta.
I mean, we
you
had
gotta name a
hundreds
project.
of lunch breaks.
All right, pick a project.
All right. I'm really proud to say that, and I've said this in live events before. If you were to choose one, just any random video, and say, hey, tell me why that one's your favorite. I can give you a reason. And then I'm really proud of that because I think in this platform that we're in, as YouTubers or whatever, I don't think that's the case for a lot of people. I don't think they can look back on all their work and say, I'm proud of it. And I think one thing that sets Wong Fu apart is our pride in the work. And without that, you start to lose your identity, and you do burn out a lot quicker. But because we are proud of our work and we stand by that, and because you guys stand by it, I think it's kept us strong. So that's the cop-out answer.
That's a great
You
answer.
didn't answer the question.
Because you're supposed. My answer was all of them.
I got one.
What?
Okay.
That's such a.
What was the one where you push Chris Din out the window when he has like a booger?
Real friends.
Real friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was fun.
That classic. Okay,
Yeah.
Real Friends. I love that one because I I think Chris tells me I have something in my teeth, and then I tell him he has like something in his nose.
Yeah.
And we got to use gummy bears.
It was
Is it gummy bears?
It's gummy
I
bears.
thought it was like noodles or something.
No. It was like squashed up gummy bears.
I thought it was
You know,
the glue,
honestly,
like
it was
packaging
pretty good.
glue.
Yeah, it looks good, right?
You guys did a really good job.
It was like the right amount of opacity.
Yeah.
And like Christine and I were like scrunching.
Oh,
these.
I did not. I didn't.
Yeah.
know
I
it was
really
So
thought
we
it was
put
like
it-
noodles or something.
No, not noodles. I like the like really ridiculous shorts, but that one I think I had a lot of fun with because acting with Chris is always fun, and I'm not always in front of camera. But that one was like I was playing a role, and it was ridiculous, and that's why it was my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I pointed that one out because I remember watching as a fan and just knowing, you know, the Wong Fu team at the
Yeah.
time and knowing that you weren't an actor.
Yeah.
But watching that, I was like, oh, this guy is performing.
Wow, thank you.
And yeah.
Yeah, I should have just said they were real boogers in his nose.
Yeah. I mean, on that note, there's this question that stands out, and it's not like a happy-go-lucky question. It's how do you feel about the low viewership on YouTube, and how is Wong Fu still surviving? And I think I wanted to pick this one as a follow-up to what you said because a lot of what we make is stuff that we actually want to make, and I think that's very true because if we didn't want to make it, we probably wouldn't. We're all here. We're all real people, and we all spend hours on the craft here. And I think if it was something that we didn't want to create, I don't know. I feel like we wouldn't hear the end of it, even in our Slack. You know, like
It's not a surprise. Like we've seen the trend. We've seen our friends that have done scripted narrative stuff kind of cut back and not really do that anymore because it's expensive. It takes a lot of resources.
it's crazy that we're just still doing what we're doing
Yeah.
to this day.
And it's not just the platform that's evolving, right? It's our audience is also growing up too. Like our audience is having kids, starting families.
And there's more things for them to watch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Experience. Yeah.
So we kind of joke about it. Sometimes we're like, you know, what the landscape is now is in part because Wong Fu has somewhat succeeded in creating a place, an ecosystem where Asian Americans aren't just on Wong Fu's channel, but are on mainstream, are in movies. On the flip side, you know, we're figuring things out too. It's always been figuring out how to adjust to that. And the fact that you guys are watching now or listening now is part of is part of us still being alive. It does rely a lot on viewership, regardless of what how the platform changes. We do need your support.
But I still think it's like we're still making content that we like. Like someone will throw out an idea and then someone will make a script out of it and then we like laugh about it and then we're like, yeah, let's make something. Like I feel like a lot of times we talk about like we still just want to make stuff that feels good for us. And obviously like we still have to like it's a business. Like we still have to make money. There's people to pay and then we just work on the business side too.
Right.
It's a give and take.
Right. And we're all still human here too, where it's like we look at the view counts and sometimes we think something will be a hit, sometimes otherwise, and it does like hurt our pride here and there.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, we're still at the end of the day proud that we made something and like we have, you know, you never know what can go viral 10 years from now, 5
Yeah,
years from
yeah.
now, right? Or on other platforms. We've had really big spikes on Instagram, TikTok, and just remembering like those wins.
Yeah, sometimes Mish will be like, oh yeah, like something from like years ago.
Yeah.
Like she posted and did really, really
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And
You're
it's
like,
like, wow, a resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The view count is low on certain videos, but then I look at the comments and like the engagement and what people are saying versus like how many people saw it, and I'm like, oh, these comments are really good. These comments show that like people are literally engaging with the story. They're asking questions that are like relevant. It's like critical thinking. It's like things that show that this is more than just someone clicked it and clicked away from it. They watched it and they get it and they feel something. And how many people can say that about their YouTube video? So that's kind of how I see it.
And how is Wong Fu still surviving? Well, it's all an illusion and this is all a simulation. No, I mean, we're surviving the same way most video content creators are with partnerships, branded content. That
A lot of life comes from things that you don't see on the channel.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
And
then Patreon too. Like we got some lucky people who are supporting us on
Thank
Patreon.
you
We're
so
very,
much.
very grateful for people who want
absolutely.
to still like just watch our stuff and support
Yeah.
us like that.
Yeah.
it's tough business, and we're just doing the best we can.
Yeah. But at least with like branded content, we get to have some creative liberties as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So it's still Wong Fu. The sponsor of today's video is Squarespace. We love Squarespace and have been using their platform to build our brand and business online for years. Squarespace's new design intelligence combines 2 decades of design expertise and cutting-edge AI to empower you to build a website perfectly tailored to fit your needs. Then get more easily discovered with the help of their integrated SEO tools. All sites on Squarespace are optimized to show up more frequently on global search engines. And now with Squarespace Payments, it's easier than ever to manage your payments in one place. Give your customers the option to pay through popular payment methods including Apple Pay, Afterpay, and Klarna. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/wongfu to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now back to the video. Okay, your turn.
My turn. Regrets. All right. If you can travel back in time, Benson,
Yep.
Well,
As our-
specifically Benson.
because we were talking about time travel earlier.
Oh.
No, if you could travel back in time, what would you want to do differently? So I used to subscribe to this idea that things are sequential. I believe in a new model of time now, where every possibility, every reality that ever existed already exists. It is there. So that didn't really answer the question. That's just how I see time now.
Yeah.
But regrets. I do actually have an answer for this now. I regret being so self-deprecating. I regret. I regret like all the self-hatred that I ever had for myself, and I'm slowly learning now to love myself. And I spent way too long being upset about expectations or a lot of things that are unresolved between like me and my dad, and like things that he passed on to me without me knowing. I regret kind of using that as a model to view life for so long, and I'm at this point now where I'm not doing that anymore. So I don't regret it anymore because I'm changing that now.
Aw. Thank you for sharing that. That was very vulnerable.
Thank you.
So, but back to your like concept of time. So
Yes.
you wouldn't say that like you would go back in time to change anything.
I guess to answer this question, I'm doing what I'm changing it now,
I
which
see.
is the best I can do.
Do you have an answer? Because I'm still thinking about it.
Mm.
What?
I can't think of an answer. I think maybe one regret is like when I was younger, I feel like I put a lot of blame on others and the situations that I was in, which kind of like halted my own personal growth and like, how do I come out of this myself, right? And instead of relying on other people to like solve this issue for myself. So I think that's probably in a broad sense a regret of like not enabling myself to overcome certain things of the past. Does that make sense?
It does, but it's also like it's hard for me to imagine a Benson that put the blame on other people because you've come so far from that. I feel like
It took a lot of work.
yeah,
And it continues to be a lot of work, and I
yeah,
think
as it should be.
That's the fun of the journey, is just kind of unlocking those methods.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. I feel like I regret focusing so much time on trying to get people to like me or like care about what people would think about me. And I think I still am like undoing a lot of that work. Growing up, there were certain things that my parents did that made it feel like there was conditional love. So it was like trying to kind of like appease that and then really focusing on getting people to like me or making friends or keeping friends that weren't good for me and not really focusing on what I want. It was basically like I feel like I was revolving around everyone else's world. I kind of regret that. But at the same time, I feel like if I told like younger me like certain things,
Yeah,
I don't think it would make sense.
Yeah. And
Like-
You'd be like, "What's this lady trying to?"
well, they would
Yeah.
be defensive.
Yeah.
And then actually in their defensiveness, I would be like, you know what? Yeah, you do you.
At the end of the day, like you can keep having the regrets, or you can try to move forward. Like like you said that you're working on and I'm working on, and you have clearly worked on. It seems, at least to us, it seems like you.
Haha, I fooled you.
I had this thought. I'll just share it now. I had it in a moment of weakness, but it was life is simple, living is not, and loving is why. So like life is like you look around and you take humans out. Life just happens, right?
Yeah.
Plants, animals, predator, prey. This life. It just is. It's not complicated.
Yeah.
Living, the act of living it
Surviving.
is not easy. Is complicated.
I feel like now it's more complicated than it was in the past.
Absolutely.
Like caveman days.
And then as humans, like what makes it so complicated? This thing of love and how to navigate love. Like when you lose it, when you get it, when you don't
like
have
that.
it, and it's like that's why it's hard. So that's
I was counting because I was like, would it be crazy if that was also a haiku? But then
Oh wow!
it wasn't. But I was like, oh,
it's my take on the live laugh love thing.
Yeah,
It's
I think it's beautiful.
you should copyright
Thank you.
that.
I
You
was
should
just
copy-
about to be like, right, that needs to be in a short. Next
know what?
short.
maybe
or on a shirt.
it's a little different. All right.
Yeah. Okay, here's one. Do you guys ever miss lunch break? I feel like this is a form of lunch break.
Yeah. I think if we didn't have these kind of like group talks,
Yeah.
and with you guys,
Yeah.
because it is different when we
Yeah.
have lunch on our own, but like lunch kind of framed around this piece of content is different. And if we didn't have this, I would miss it for sure.
Yeah. I feel like lunch break felt, not gonna lie, like a little more stressful. Like there was coordinating, what are we gonna eat?
Yeah.
And then people have to wait to eat on lunch break.
Somebody's got to go pick up the food.
Yeah, people have to pick up the food, and then
There was a lot of moving pieces.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say that was like hundreds of episodes in, 100 or so episodes in. Like in the beginning, it was like, it was fun. It was
Some of the biggest laughs.
Yeah,
were
like-
oh
on lunch
yeah,
break.
some of them
So,
were so fun.
I think everything kind of has its lifetime where like the exciting thing gets to be a little bit more stressful or monotonous, and that's natural.
I think at one point lunch break felt, I was gonna say like almost a little scripted. Like we felt like we had to put
There were certain episodes where
Certain.
like there was definitely moments where we burnt out and like
Yeah.
okay we need to push through and get this
Yeah.
episode out, and yeah there was times where we'd have to turn it around super fast and,
yeah. But I think this is like a nice new
yeah.
version of it.
Yeah.
It feels more like casual.
Yeah. Who's next?
Fancy.
Would you consider doing a speaking engagement in Dallas Fort Worth area? Sure, yes, email us.
Wow, what a cop out question. Pick another one.
No, I will.
And tell your friends, like tell people Wong Fu is still excited to go speak at wherever. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know if people know we still enjoy doing that.
Would you ever consider getting some actors from Canada for skits? I mean, we got one.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Smoothie.
Oh, what's his name?
Smulu.
Smulu.
Smulu. Simulu.
Mr. Boba Man.
Yeah, we've had a number of Canadian actors.
Yeah. Yeah.
We went to Canada.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
and made a short.
Yeah, we got the help, the very much needed help of some very skilled filmmakers out in Toronto. Shout out Show You Films. All right,
Yeah,
I'm
rapid
gonna do rapid fire.
Let's go.
What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be at peace. Have you ever got led on? Yes, by
Probably.
by people by.
I thought you were gonna name somebody. I was like,
No, but I mean like
Name drop now.
I mean by one of my exes.
Yeah.
Pearls or jelly for boba. I like crystal boba now.
Oh.
why not both?
One's healthier.
Is it?
Pearls or
Crystal?
jelly?
Yeah, agar.
Oh, agar?
Yeah.
I like boba still. I like because I think agar has like more of a crunch to it.
I can have it like more and I won't get full,
For the agar?
agar, yeah.
Really?
I very rarely get toppings.
I mean, me too. I'm just saying, like, if I were to choose
I
one.
like
Oh,
pudding. Pudding.
No,
I like
have-
grass
I
jelly.
have a system. It's like if it's a milk tea, I always get boba. If it's a fruit tea, I'll get jelly.
I kind of agree.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
philosophy.
This person wants to know if we keep in touch with Ted. Yeah, I wish him a happy birthday and a Merry Christmas. And he and I are still friends and still in touch. Should an EMP wipe out all electronics? What is the one device you would save?
Like, is it like I can plug it in and it'll work, or are you talking about
No,
like,
no, no.
wireless?
It's not actually anything. But
What's
basically
the
everything
point
else
if I
doesn't
can't-
work.
What is the point if I can't charge it then?
So, I mean, that's part of the question.
What
You have to think about this.
the
I think Benson. Let's go to Benson. Keep thinking
No.
about that.
He's thinking really hard about this.
Because like even a phone won't work because satellites are down.
Right. I guess it's like if you go back in like electronics, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's say I'm doing a West thing here.
All right.
There's not enough context because like
See?
let's say I get the hydroelectric dam to function. Does that mean everything connected to that gets to work now?
No, it just means the dam works.
Just the dam works.
Yeah.
And that's pointless. Why would
Yeah.
I just
No,
need a
so you
dam?
got to choose the one thing that's going
Okay.
to work for you.
like
actually.
you can't charge
A light-
anything. So what's the point?
Oh, I know.
What?
Electric fire starter.
I was gonna say like a taser.
But then once you go through the charges, then you're.
You can do the dynamo ones.
What is that?
It's you crank it to charge
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
it. Actually, that would survive an EMP.
I guess if it's analog.
oh.
Okay, here we go.
A
Michelle.
solar power flashlight
Good answer.
or a solar power.
Hang on. A solar powered flashlight needs the sun to power it.
Yeah, the sun is.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the
she
sun is
was
the
right.
source of light. So you already have light.
Oh,
No, but
okay.
at night,
I guess you need a battery.
Okay,
I get it. It's a good answer. It's kind of along
Wait,
the
what
same
if?
line.
What if? Wait,
It's,
so
it's like a pedal powered
Yeah.
bicycle.
wait. So
Electric
would
bike.
that mean if I got like a solar panel
Yeah.
on my roof, then my house could potentially run?
Well,
But you're only
wouldn't
picking
have
one
any
device.
other
You're only
electronics.
picking one device.
Because yeah, one device.
Oh darn!
That's
Wait,
fun
but did you?
maybe
pick
it's
one?
like you
you
Kindle,
did pick-
like an Amazon, like a Kindle, like an ebook with
still have to charge it.
with everything preloaded.
You have to charge it.
Yeah, so
with his hand crank, I'll charge
that's
you.
2 devices.
we agreed that it was analog.
Okay, that's
are we
analog.
living in the
Okay.
same house? Are we like, can I get a solar panel
Yeah.
and then someone?
We would find
the
each other
light?
in this
Yeah.
world. Is seaweed a seafood or a vegetable?
It's both.
It's a
Okay.
vegetable.
Do you ever think your life is one big movie and people are watching it? I will say yes, and I always break the fourth wall, and
I would say yes to that. I think it does feel like my life is a movie, especially when I can look back on hundreds of episodes of essentially things that have been part of my life, including you guys.
Yeah.
the cast members
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
storylines.
And I think this is actually really unique because you guys have been on the other side. Before you were at Wangfu, you
Yeah.
watched Wangfu, right? So now you can understand what it's like being on this side.
Yeah, I do feel like my life is a movie, but I don't know if people are watching it. Yeah, but like my whole life, you know what I mean? Because this is
I do.
like your life.
All right.
But if this was a movie, you'd be here by now.
Is that from a song?
that sounds really nice. I think it's a nice sentiment.
I think it's Taylor Swift.
Okay, I swear it's a song. I don't know what song though. That
It's,
sounds very familiar.
This is me.
Well, we're really happy
in
that
front of you, saying I'm sorry for
this is the closing
that
credits song
night.
of this
Back
break
to
room.
this-
This
December.
was wait.
You're singing Back to December.
You're singing back
Are
to
they two different songs?
You're singing Back to the Future.
I think you're not. I think
They're a different song. Wait.
there's different songs. There is a song that she has about movies, but I don't know what it is. Anyways,
Anyway,
Thanks, guys. This has been actually a really fun
I know.
and also very sentimental
yeah.
break room. And I'm so happy that you guys joined us for it.
yeah.
You know what? We will save all the other questions for another
Yeah.
time.
Let us know if you want another AMA.
And you know, in case this is great. If you've seen Truman Show, what's
I
the
did.
line? In case, you haven't seen it.
haven't watched it.
Good morning,
Yeah.
good evening. I'm gonna something like that.
In case we don't see you before the new year, Happy New Year. Merry, happy holidays,
holidays.
all the things. Really grateful for you guys' viewership and support after all these years and moving forward. Bye.
Bye.